Welcome to this week's edition of Just Ask Freeman with Freeman Owen Jr. Freeman, of course, is the CEO and founder of Financial Sources, Inc., making thousands of retirement dreams come true. So great to see you always.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good to see you. We've got some great things that we have to share with our viewers today.
Absolutely. Foundation of your retirement is income. So I know that's where you begin with that very important plan. What are your hopes and dreams? How do we get there? And it starts with income.
Exactly. And our viewing audience needs to know. And often this question is asked, well, what are the available sources of retirement income? Well, number one, Social Security, which we were going to expound on a little bit more today, because a lot of folks, they don't know when to file for their Social Security benefits. Recently, we were at church last Sunday, and some of the parishioners said, you know, Freeman, I've seen you on TV, and you talk about Social Security. You know, I'm approaching Social Security eligibility age. Can you tell me a little bit? I said, no. Not right now. We can't do that right now. But what we could do is I gave them my phone number and contact information. And the available sources to accompany Social Security is your 401k, your TSP, your 403b. These are referred to as employer-sponsored retirement accounts. And you need to know the distribution rules when it comes to those tax-qualified plans, Rebecca. Now, third source, brokerage accounts, savings accounts, and other sources of potential income. I call them income-producing assets. But first, let's talk about Social Security.
Okay.
Now, the average monthly benefit is approximately $1,827 per month. Now, when you look at that, that doesn't really cover a mortgage.
Right.
Social Security only provides 28 to 30% of your retirement income. Now, we had a show where we talked about retirement income, where we had a tax-qualified plan in which we give a written plan for our clients and a Social Security report so that they know when to file, the eligibility ages, which we will go into some detail later on in the show, and how to maximize Social Security benefits and how taxes impact our Social Security benefits, okay? So when you retire and your earning power ceases, you got to depend on these three sources.
Yeah.
Because right now, you're working, you put in 40 hard years of work, and now you're looking at, gee, will I have enough money that will last my entire lifetime? Or I put it another way, will I have enough money such that I can't outlive those funds? And that's where we come in to help you. And we're talking about the first piece, your Social Security benefits. And so if you like to have, and what we'll offer is a detailed Social Security report, even down to the month and the year of filing for your Social Security benefits, because I know a lot of you still don't. Well, here's what happens. They get information from their friends, their financial advisors at work, with your coworkers. You better file for your Social Security benefits now. The person now who in question is maybe 61. Well, go ahead and file at 62. They don't. The financial advisor, quote, I put,
right.
Not a financial advisor.
Or a fiduciary like you are.
They don't know the consequences of giving that information to a person who's unaware. Yeah, I better hurry up and get my file for my Social Security. Yeah. And then the old adage, well, you might not live to age 67 or age 68 or 66. Well, let's say you're 50. You didn't know your date of death. You're still here at age 50, at 55. So, folks, if you want a Social Security report, detailed, line by line, we'll go through that with you so that you know when to file, how to file, even how to, and how to maximize your Social Security benefits. What we have to do, just ask Freeman.
And everyone's different.
Exactly.
That's why it's so crucial not to take your brother-in-law or your coworker's advice, because when you say maximization of your Social Security, listen up. This is very, very important.
Very.
Let's talk about the way you maximize and how one can be higher than the other if a spouse passes. Let's break it down.
Okay, let's break down a little bit here. Now, let's go by eligibility age. Age 62 is your first eligibility age. If you're born between 1943 to 1954, then you're eligible to get your Social Security benefits starting at age 66 or 67.
Okay.
After that, you'll see the Social Security statement that you receive that have increments in months. So if you're born, for example, after 1960, all right, then your Social Security benefits maximize, or I should say your full retirement age could be age 67. Now, there is an opportunity to suspend receiving Social Security benefits from the full retirement age all the way up to age 70.
And I'm sorry, when you say suspend, you mean just don't turn it on?
Don't
just
turn
wait.
it on. Just wait.
If you turn it on and change your mind, can you turn it off?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
But you got a one-shot deal.
gotcha.
Here's how that works. That means, for example, let's say you file at age 64. Well, your full retirement age, of course, is 66 or either 67. So you say, well, I want to get a higher benefit. So you suspend it, or you contact Social Security Administration, said, I don't want to take my Social Security benefit at this time. I like to file a little later. Well, the thing is, you would have to return all the funds for that year. You only got one shot now. This doesn't happen all the time where you can file and then suspend receiving the benefit and file again 2 or 3 times. One time, and then return or send back all the money to the Social Security Administration for receiving that benefit over the 12-month period. Only 12 months. Now, when you look at the increase or suspension from, say, full retirement age 67, what happens, Rebecca? It increases in increments of 8% per year up to age 70. So that could be as much as a 32% increase.
And that's a big incentive.
That's a big incentive.
We already need to take a break. So let's put up the number. We're going to talk about that first appointment. What can they expect, and tell them how it is zero obligation and no cost.
Okay. Folks, I don't have to charge you fees. This is no cost, complimentary consultation, in which, now here's what you get. You get your Social Security report to know when to file, when to maximize, and how to even take in the opportunity for spousal benefits. All that is detailed for you. Again, no cost obligation. What you do, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. And I'm looking for 10 callers right now. And let me give you the steps. In preparation for the consultation, I'd like for you to go to ssa.gov. Go in, and you'll see PIA on a page, Primary Insurance Amount. Download and print that document out, because we'll be utilizing that document to generate your report. Spousal benefits, dependents, their benefits, all in detail, so that you'll know when to file, how to maximize your Social Security benefits, the benefits to your spouse, even survivor benefits. We go through all that. And I think that's such a big part of your income, but yet Social Security only covers 30%. So what you do, follow my instructions I've given. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233 and get a complimentary, no obligation consultation. We'll sit down and together and discuss this is one of the main pieces of your retirement income, And we're going to have this to be augmented, I should say supplemented, because you may have a concern, and most of us do, if we're boomers. Will my money last?
That's
and
right.
I can help you. Just ask Freeman how to make your Social Security benefits be a big part of your retirement income.
Absolutely. When we come back, we're going to talk more about those places that you can do that income mining. If you haven't been having these conversations, why not? If you need a financial advisor, Mr. Freeman is a fiduciary. We'll talk about the difference between a person who sells products and advises and an actual fiduciary. Stay with us. More with Just Ask Freeman. We'll be right back.
You know, retirement planning can be stressful. We pride ourselves on being different from other financial planning firms. You know, and during your initial meeting, we will get to know you and you will get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement, and together we'll design a plan to achieve your long-term financial goals. Our friendly staff will make you feel comfortable. The moment you walk in that door, call us today for your complimentary review. You deserve the retirement of your dreams. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
Thanks for staying with us. We're talking about income and how crucial, of course, that is the first step in planning your retirement. You told me off the air that Social Security is taxed.
Yes, it is.
You would think it's from the federal government. Why would they tax their own payment? So I'm just ignorant to that.
Well, I'm going to inform you and give you a little bit of financial literacy here. Uh-oh, I just saw the blinking lights. We're getting those calls. I love it. Yes, indeedy. Well, look, you know, you pay into Medicare tax, called FICA, and Social Security tax. Now,
when you contribute.
Yeah, in other words, as a receiving income,
okay.
you work a job there and you get your income, but you pay Medicare tax, Social Security tax, of course, payroll tax, and so on. But let's focus in on Social Security tax. Let me give you a little historical fact.
Okay.
Social Security was developed by Franklin Roosevelt back in the 1930s, but it was designed not to be used for retirement, but more or less have retirement income or retirement assets to supplement Social Security. All right. There was a promise we'll never tax Social Security once you receive it. Between 1984 and 87, the first time Social Security was taxed in 37 years at that time. Well, a lot of folks have that same question, Rebecca.
Yeah.
How is Social Security taxed? It's taxed twice. Now, in some jurisdictions, now we've seen this program is in several states now, but I'll just quote, let's take the state, my domicile, Maryland. You do not pay taxes at the state level, only at the federal level. And some recipients of receiving Social Security benefits, they don't necessarily take the taxes out of their Social Security, all right? But some do, providing if they are informed and have the wherewithal to say, well, I better take the taxes out of this because the Social Security benefit now is part of your income. All right. Now, speaking of income, again, I can't emphasize, folks, to have other resources, which we're going to discuss. There are two other income-producing assets that we'd like to talk about to supplement your Social Security. Now, let's go back to, I've had a number of clients after they download and print out their statement, they come to the office. Well, Freeman, I thought that my friend told me I better go to the Social Security Administration and file. I said, well, how old are you? And they give me their information. Oh, you're 62. I said, now, do you know the consequences of taking your Social Security benefit too early?
What are those consequences?
The consequences is a 25 to 30% reduction in your Social Security benefit for life.
For life, not just a one-time.
That's it. Now, I mentioned also there was an opportunity to pay back Social Security Administration if you decide at the end of the year, well, okay, I filed at 62. I don't like that. I'm gonna wait till I can see I can get an extra $1,000 or $1,200 more just waiting to age 67, and even an additional 32% more at age 70.
So they incentivize, hoping that people will wait.
That's what the government wants you to do. Just wait a while. Just wait. But there are instances in some cases where folks will need Social Security after they determine that they say, well, I think I'll retire now to 55. Now that means you got to have more resources because you retired a longer period of time, and then there's the income gap between 55 and your first eligibility age 62. Folks, I got a solution for that. The income gap, how to fill it. When you retire, say at 55 or 60, you're not quite eligible for your Social Security at any age at that time, eligibility age 62, all the way up to 67 or 70. You want to know, folks, how to do that? Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233, and here's the offer again. I'm going to give specific instructions. Go to ssa.gov. Download. When you go to ssa.gov, you'll see primary insurance amount, PIA. You'll see that there's broken down in increments from age 62 to 70. Now, print that out. You'll have that available when you come for your consultation, complimentary, no obligation. And again, just ask Freeman. Reach us at 833-414-7233 and get a Social Security report. It is important to know when to file because it's complex, but yet it's not complex. But you need an advisor, a person like myself, to guide you through, to help you understand there may be an income gap between the time you retire up to the time you're eligible for Social Security. You want to know how to do that? Just ask Freeman.
Ask Freeman.
Call us at 833-414-7233. And I see the lights blinking. I love the fact that folks are calling in.
Yes,
already.
Always.
And they want a complimentary, and we have it for you. No obligation. Complimentary, consultation, and we'll sit down and talk and discuss how Social Security will play a role when it comes to having guaranteed lifetime income that you cannot outlive.
And that's what you need. It's part of your income, filling that income gap. Also, how to save money on taxes. Do you have a tax plan? It is a very important part of your retirement. We'll be right back.
We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman. For a complimentary review, reach us at 833-414-7233.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. So I just learned something. After doing, 50 shows together, I didn't know that Social Security was taxed not only at the beginning, but once you start receiving it,
exactly,
right? So taxed twice. So that leads us to taxes. How important is tax planning? You've made me realize that so many Americans do not even think of tax planning forward.
Well, see, the thing is, we do have a tax person that is available, CPA, to take care of tax issues, because I don't offer tax advice, but I do provide a tax-efficient plan. Now, here's where we're going to make a transition from Social Security right into employer-sponsored retirement accounts. Now, what are they? The 401k, the TSP, thrift savings plan, the 403b. A lot of educators have these employer-sponsored retirement accounts. All right, now that's a nice piece to supplement your Social Security. but there are distribution rules. And there are, just like my book, it flashed on the screen there, the 10 IRA mistakes and the tax traps. Distribution. All righty. How can I have a tax efficient distribution such that my funds will not be eaten up by taxes and inflation? That doesn't stop.
Right.
All righty. So we got to have a what we call an efficient tax plan. Have your 401k, your TSP, and some of my clients have several millions of dollars in tax qualified monies. Now we're saying, I always say, if you have $250,000, 500,000, $1 million plus, we'll take a piece of that and create guaranteed lifetime income, and that income is going to last longer than you. And the beautiful thing is we can have spousal continuation. You receive a lifetime income. Let's say you start at 70, and your life expectancy is, say, age 85, 90. All right? After your demise, your spouse will continue receiving the lifetime income that you set up. And what we did was a direct rollover. Now, here's where it's tax efficient. A direct rollover to your own individual retirement account. Non-taxable event. Now you can control even the taxes on the distribution from your IRA. Now, people make mistakes when it comes to distribution, receiving their Social Security benefits. This is critical. Getting the funds from your tax qualified plans, the direct rollovers. Here's some of the mistakes. I've seen them. People come, I bought a brand new car, and I didn't know this 1099 reflected the fact that I took $60,000 or $70,000 out of their employer-sponsored retirement account, and they still got a 20% withholding on the distribution, which is approximately $12,000 to $15,000. And
wow.
Plus, when they receive the funds, what's bad about it, Rebecca, is that the monies that they receive, they wanted to pay cash for the car, is much less. They still have to end up financing that automobile because that
and they ended up paying a whole lot more
for
that actual car.
Exactly. So you have to be careful about distributions from these tax qualified plans that supplements your Social Security. So if you really want to know how to receive the distributions from tax qualified plans, now what I've done is put together 401ks, TSPs, 403bs, TSAs, tax sheltered annuities, and so on. There are restrictions on distribution on each one of these plans. It depends on your employer, or if you're in the federal government or in the private sector. So if you want to know how to get a tax efficient plan utilizing tax qualified monies, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. Call today. And I'm going to put that offer out there to 10 more folks, because I saw that blink, blink, blink.
Awesome. All right.
That. So folks, call us today and get a tax efficient plan. I mentioned Social Security. We're talking about, let me put this sidebar. You mentioned my age yesterday. Fantastic, yes. My wife and I, and you mentioned the length of time. I just wanted to share this with you. Now,
yes.
My wife is retired. I love what I do. I talked about tax efficiency, and I also talked about having guaranteed income and setting aside a bucket list. I just wanted to have this little sidebar here. We've been to a lot of places around the world, and we had the opportunity to have the financial literacy about our 401ks, the financial literacy of when to take our Social Security. This is personal.
Yeah.
But we also want to focus in on when you retire, what you like to do. Have that bucket list to see, do you want to travel? Do you and experience other cultures and so on. So I thought I'd throw that little tidbit in.
Yeah, it's another little piece of homework besides going to ssa.gov and then click on PIA. I've done it. It's easy. You put in your name and social security number. It shows every year how much you paid in and how much your benefit would be at each year. So go do that now. It's really cool. But that other piece of homework, and that's a great point, sir, write your bucket list. What do you really want to do? How can you have a plan if you don't know your goal? You don't know your destination or your target. I think it's interesting. You mentioned the words annuity, and we're almost out of time. Maybe we could talk about it next week. But someone said once, you insure everything, your car, your house, even your jewelry. Sometimes people get pet medical insurance, but we do not insure our retirement.
That's the key. That's the emphasis I wanted to put on, convey. Folks, when we do our complimentary consultation call us at 833-414-7233, included in that tax efficient plan and receiving your Social Security benefits, what about you? What do you see in retirement? Have some fun. Enjoy your retirement. And we can do that. Just ask Freeman 833-414-7233 and get a Social Security report and a tax efficient plan. And in that plan, a bucket list so that you can enjoy a peaceful, predictable income for your lifetime, a high quality of life. So I just want to let you know, again, 833-414-7233.
And our promise to you is there is absolutely no sales pitch. There is no pressure. There's no products to buy. The first few appointments really are just to get to know you. All right, we're out of time. Your homework, go to ssa.gov and click on PIA and print out that report. Find whatever you can, portfolio. Don't worry. Most of us don't know half of what we have, and that's normal, and that's okay, too. Call that number. That is definitely the first step. As Freeman said, we opened 10 more slots today. Very generous. You will get your complete retirement readiness review. If you've ever looked at your spouse and said, do you think we're able to retire? Are we going to be okay? This is definitely the way to find out. If you want to know, just ask Freeman. Thanks for staying with us. There's the QR code. That might be an easier way to take you right to our landing page. Please have your calendar ready, but leave that checkbook at home, and we cannot wait to meet you. Thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you again next time.